Hello, welcome, I hope you're doing really well. Many of you asked me to show you all of the book badges I created and especially explain their meanings, so that is what this video is going to be about. I will show you every single one of my book badges and I will explain each of them. Also, I created a digital download file of my book badges, so now you will be able to download them, print and use them in your own journals. So I will definitely explain where to get that too. But first, if it is the first time you see or hear about book badges, it is a system I created for myself to use in my reading journal to review books. I just noticed that star ratings are not that informative to me. Like the majority of the books I read usually get the same star ratings, and it doesn't really tell me a lot about what I actually enjoyed about the book. So I came up with this badges idea. It is inspired by Scout's badges. And I give these book badges to books I think deserve them. And there's no limit to how many badges a book can get. Like it can get 5, 6, or 0 if I don't feel like there was anything special about the book. I used them in my A6 reading journal when I was doing these review type of spreads. You can see them down here. And currently I use them in my different type of book journal where I write my thoughts about the book as I read it. When I finish reading the book, I make a short all-in-all section with what I loved and what could have been better. And I also print this type of spread with my book badges and the mood board I created for the book. So that is how I use my book badges right now. And I must say that reading is a hobby to me. I want it to be entertaining and fun. So my book badges are not that serious also. Like you will definitely see that when I talk about individual badges. But I absolutely love using them. They make reading and reviewing books so much more fun. Now when I'm reading the book, I get these thoughts like, oh, this book just unlocked this badge. So it's kind of like a game. And I really like it. Now, when it comes to the digital files I've mentioned, I created 2 different size options for you. So the bigger ones are 2 centimeters and the smaller ones are 1.5 centimeter. I used both of these sizes in my own layout, so I thought it would be nice for you to have some variety. And both of these sizes come in this simple option where you can cut out your badge in whatever form you want, with or without the text. But also you will be able to print the option with crop marks. I thought that cutting out each badge individually is very time consuming. So if you don't mind your badges being in these boxes, I thought it will be much quicker and easier to just cut them out in rectangulars. And also they will all be in the same size, so they will look tidy in your journal. So yeah, these are the 4 pages you will be able to download. And as to where you can find them, I am launching my Patreon. So yeah, the book badges will be on my Patreon. You will need to subscribe to be able to access them. And if you're only interested in book badges, you can just subscribe, grab the badges and unsubscribe. I promise there will be no hard feelings if you do that, but I would love for you to stay and become a part of the little community I'm building there. I already uploaded a bunch of content for you to binge when you first subscribe, and I will continue posting regularly. You will get Patreon exclusive videos that I won't upload anywhere else, and plenty of behind the scenes content. And also when I create any new book badges, I will upload them there on my Patreon. Because book badges is a work in progress, I only create them when I feel the need for a new one. So I've used all of these at least once. Like I don't create badges I don't use myself, but that means that sometimes I need to add a new one. And whenever that happens, my Patreon subscribers will get them. So yeah, I will leave the link to my Patreon in the description down below. Feel free to check it out, and that is where you get the badges file. And now let me explain each of the book badges. I think we can use this one as an example. Right now there are 22 book badges total. So the first one is this crying doggo that says there's something in my eye, and that means that the book made me cry. As for me, I don't cry very often while reading books, so I felt like I need a badge for that. Then this owl that says just one more chapter means that the book made me stay up late and it was very hard for me to put it down. It was such a page turner. And yeah, usually giving this badge to a book is a very good sign for me. The chuckling little pig saying annoying others with my giggling means that the book was very funny and I was possibly giggling out loud. Then this impressed kitten that says I want to be their friend means that I love the characters. It usually means that I love the main characters. The diamond one that says hidden gem is for the books I feel don't get as much attention as they should. Like they're not that popular even though they're really good. Then the one with a house in a tree that says can I live in this world is for books with very good world building with like unique worlds. The fire-breathing pepper that says wouldn't show this to my mom refers to the spiciness level of the books. So I give this badge to books that were very spicy, which if you don't know what that means is that it had a lot of or very explicit intimate scenes. The gray heart one that says my favorite color is morally gray is for books that have morally gray characters that I love. I'm that kind of person who very often roots for the villain. I love the villain gets the girl trope, and I absolutely love these complex characters that are not entirely good. The sweater one that says like a cozy sweater is for very cozy reads. Right now, cozy fantasy is very popular genre, so I would probably give this badge to a book like that or just any book that feels like home. The butterfly one that says the prettiest book on shelf is actually not for the content of book, but rather for its cover. So if the cover is exceptionally beautiful, I will give this badge to it, even though it might not be the best book I've ever read. Then this one says, is my heart supposed to do this thing? And I give this badge for books with very good romance. You know when you're reading a book and your heart is fluttering and you get butterflies and all of that? This badge is for books like these. Then this one originally is called Greta Holmes because my name is Greta, but I thought it would be weird to leave my name in there, so I just renamed it to Sherlock Holmes. And I give this badge to books with great mystery, where I was trying to solve it with the characters, like suspecting everyone and trying to determine whose fault was that. The magic wand one is called Magic Like No Other, and it is for books with great magic systems. Then the map one is one of the newest book badges. It is called Fascinated by Politics. And I called it like that because I myself am usually not a fan of politics in fantasy books. I just tend to find it a bit boring. So if a book has great politics, then it definitely needs a badge. And so far, I've only given this badge for one book, the one I created it for. So yeah, it was Rain and Ruin, by the way. Then this book that says Charmed by Words is for books with beautiful writing. You know, when you read a book and the language is just exceptionally beautiful, these are the books that this badge is for. Then this other badge with a sweater is actually a seasonal one. It is called Putting on My Christmas Sweater, and I give this badge for Christmassy reads, like romance novels that happen around Christmas time and just anything that has Christmas vibes. Then this brain one says Turning Chocolate into Brain Power, and it is for books that really made me think. Like there are easy, light-hearted reads and there are a bit more difficult ones where you really have to pay close attention and remember things. So yeah, I give this badge to those books. Then the bat one is also kind of a seasonal one. It says Spooky Vibes, and I usually give it to Halloween-themed books, but I think you could use it to any horror book or just the one that feels a bit spooky. The marshmallow one that says Sweeter Than Dessert is for very cute reads. A lot of contemporary romance books fall into this category, but I don't give this badge if a book was cringy. It is for books that were cute in a good way. The Burning Heart one that says Can They Finally Get Together is for a very good slow burn, and I love this badge because I love good slow burn in a book, so if it deserves the badge, then it was at least an enjoyable read for me. The ghost one that says too scared to go to the bathroom is pretty self-explanatory. It's for the books that were a bit unsettling, I would say, like when you read it and then you suddenly don't feel that confident to go to the dark corridor or something. And this one is my latest edition, surprisingly, because now that I have it, it feels like such a basic badge to have. But yeah, it is the newest one. It is called Biting My Nails, and it is for the books with great tension that just made me very nervous while reading, and both excited and a bit afraid to know what comes next in a story. And yeah, these are all of the book badges I currently use, and you can get them on my Patreon and use them in your own journals. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and now you have a better idea of how my badges work, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!